Hello friends, in today's session we will see the retrieval queries in SQL, means select query in SQL. Now why this select query is used? This select query is used for retrieving data from our database, from our tables, and sometimes from the views also, and we can also use some aggregate functions with the select options. So here we see that how we can use the select queries to retrieve the data from the database in our table. So first of all, I have to open the SQL Server Management Studio Express. Okay, here is the interface, SQL Server Management Studio Express. So we need to connect this interface with our SQL server. So I'm just going to give some information like server name, authentication mode, username, login, password, and connecting to this interface with the database server. So here I have a connection with my SQL Server database. This SQL Server is 8.0, means this is a SQL Server 2000 with username SA. So this interface is basically used for the SQL Server 2005, but we can also use SQL Server 2000 in this interface. So I have already installed SQL Server 2000 in my PC and this Management Studio Express you can also download from the Microsoft.com. Just go to the download options and here you will see this option. And for SQL Server 2008 there is another Management Studio Express. So if you want to install 2008, then you have to download Management Studio Express for 2008, and this Management Studio is for 2005. Okay. Now this Object Explorer explored our SQL Server, which we have connected in this interface. Now at this time I have connected with the Harish PC. Now it is the database. Suppose you want to connect with another database. Suppose I want to connect with this server again. So first of all I need to disconnect. So this server is disconnected. Now I want to connect to with SQL Server, so go to the connection Object Explorer and give server name, authentication mode, login ID, password, and just connect. So here you will connect with the SQL Server. Now if you see into the database, you will see the list of database here. There are so many different databases, which is some of them are from already provided by SQL Server when we installed this, and some of them are created by us by any user who use this database. So this is a different thing. Now if I want to write some queries in any particular database, so I need to open a query builder. So here is the option for new queries, and if I click here, so it needs to be connected with the database server. So I just give same authentication information, use server name, authentication mode, login ID and password, and connect. This login ID and password is assigned at the time of SQL Server installation. So we need to use same username, login ID and password. So connect this. So here you will get a harishpc.pubs. Pubs is the name of the database, which is available here. So it is connected to this pubs because previously I have also connected this database with this pubs database. If you want to change this, you can drag and select any other, like I have selected Northwind, and same thing I can change with the pubs. So here we can write some queries. Okay. Now now the main thing is there, that we need to write some SQL query, and we need to retrieval clause, means select clause. We need to use select clause. So select is a keyword. Whenever we write any query and any word which comes in a blue color, that means it is a keyword. So select is a keyword which is used to select the particular column in the database table. Suppose I will write a query select. Suppose in POPs database, if you go to this plus and click, and there is the tables. If you go to the tables, here is some sample tables over there. If you go to the authors table, DBO is the database owner. It is the default owner of this table. If you see this table, and table is having columns, which is this one is the primary key, and all other columns are there. So if you want to select any particular column from this table, suppose AU underscore L name, this is the author last name column. So we can write here like this, select author last name, and at the same time we have to give the name of table. Suppose table is AUTHORS, authors. Now for executing this, select this query and execute from here. So you will get your author's last name. Similarly, if you want to select more than one columns, then you have to write author underscore first name, name, and select this query. If we are having only one query in this query editor, then you need not to select this query again and again. You need you just to go to the execute. Then this whole query is executed, and you will get a result AU underscore L name, AU underscore F name. And similarly, if you want to select all the columns available in this table, then you need to write star. Star stands for all, and execute. Then if you see this result, you will get all the columns and all the records of this table. Okay. And we can also do some more operations like select and AU underscore L name from authors. But if you see in the result portion that this name is this heading is AU underscore L name, so it is not looking proper. So if I want to rename this column for only for particular this result, not permanently for the table, then I can write author last name. But suppose just remove this space, author last name and equal to, and if you write this execute this, then you will see the author last name. But if you want to put spaces in between this, and if you execute this, this will give error, because it must be a single character. And if you want to write like this, then you have to enclose these three words in a square bracket, and then you execute, then you will get the proper name of this. Or similarly, this also can be done by suppose I remove this, I just cut this and write as and space. If you execute this, you will get similar heading and similar result is okay. Now at this time, suppose I just go to the another part of SQL queries. Means at this time we will just left this portion that data retrieval from the table. We are having, or SQL is giving us some functions, some aggregate functions by which we can do some manipulation in the data. So suppose some mathematical functions are there, so I just write comment functions, functions, and here suppose I write select flow is a function. So if you see any text in the red color and some particular this color, then this will be the some functions. So flow, and suppose I write some numerical value like 25.56, and suppose I just select and execute. So you will see the floor value of 25.56. flow, what is the meaning of flow? Suppose same, at the same time I just give ceiling, just ceiling, and give same value 6. Now execute this. F5 is the shortcut for execution of this. Now if you see the output or result of this query, then first of all this result is for the floor function. It means if you see this result, the floor function will return a integer value or a complete rounded value which is less than this 25.56, and similarly ceiling function will return the return an integer value which is just bigger than this particular value which is passed in this parameter of this ceiling and floor. Here is the floor and ceiling nodes, and you can there is no column name, so you can assign some column name similarly to this method or this method by equating equal to or other. Suppose I write some value, suppose I write floor value, and I give here the column name ceiling value. I am not giving the space between this, so I need not to write this thing into the square bracket. And if at this time I just select and execute this, then you will get floor value, ceiling value. So here is the floor and ceiling. Now come to the next. Suppose I just write select and round, and suppose I give some 25.787878, something like this. If I select this query and execute, okay, yes, it requires round function requires 2 parameters. Suppose I just give a 0 and execute this. Let us execute and see the result. Yeah, here is the 24.0000. Suppose what this round function does, this round function return a value, a round value, means if I write 25 point, and after point if I give more than 5 value, 0.5 value, then it will round this number into 24 like this. And if suppose I change this value and I give some lesser value, and if I execute this one, then if you will see this, yeah, this is 23, means after the point, if I give more than 5, more 0.5 value, then it will be upper integer value, and result will be upper integer value. And if I give lesser than the 0.5, then it will round it is this number in the just below 23 point, and whatever number is given over there below integer number, similarly this. And this second parameter tells that at which place after the dot we have to round this. If you see, this is 0, that's why it's rounded from the point. And suppose I just give 1, and if you see the result of this query, yeah. Now 23.4, 4 means 1 means after one digit of this point, this number will be rounded. Means we have to eliminate this number, and suppose I want to remove this number, then how much value we have to put at this place. So this value means this digit, this last digit 6, which is greater than 5, so that's why we need to make this 4. So the result of this one is the 4. And if suppose I write something which is lesser than 5, and if I write, then what will be the result? This is the 23.3, because this number is lesser than 5. So here this type you can use the round function to round this. If suppose I give some minus value, even in this case, what happens? Yeah, 20.000. So it is giving a round value which is just before the point digit. Means it sees it when these functions eliminate these particular functions just before the point, one digit just before the point. So if you are removing this value, and then we need to see this 3, which is lesser than 5, so that's why you are getting 20 point. And if this one is higher than 5, and in this case if you write, then what will be the result? Result will be the 30.00, because 6, this particular number is higher than the 5. So this type, this round function will work in SQL. Now look the next. Suppose there is a rand function for the random number. So this rand function will return a random number which is from 0 to 1. Yeah. Each time when you execute, you will get a random number. Yeah. It may be repeat, but most of the time it will give a unique number, and this number is from 0 to 1. Now if I want to give a random number between suppose 0 to 10, then what I can do? This number is in the point, yeah, which is between 0 to 1. So what I can do, I can just multiply this value with the 10, and if you see, if I execute this, now you will get a random number which is between 0 to 10. And if you want a numerical value between 0 to 10, a random numerical integer value, then what we can do, we can put this whole function or whole code into round function, and you can also give second parameter for So now if you see and execute this, you will get a random integer number which is between 0 to 10. Okay, so you can make any combination of aggregate function or mathematical functions, and you can also use operators with this query and this functions. Suppose we are having a discount function, a discount table, and we need to suppose look there, select discount, select discount, and suppose store underscore id from discounts table. Discounts table, and if you execute, you will get store id and the discount of that is store id. Okay, or you can say some other columns are also you can type. Suppose I will take discount type. Here is the discount type. Different discount types are there, and this is the discount. So if you want to do this any of these operations, suppose round or random, power, square root, or any other functions, ceiling, floor, with this query like this. Suppose I want to retrieve the discount in a integer format, not in those in the numerical format, in the integer format, also rounded value. So I just write that round and put this field name into the column, and suppose write 0 here. So if I select this query and execute this, then this, if you suppose I execute this query, then we will see that how can this discount will be rounded. So just select and execute. Okay, we need to connect it. Is disconnected. Okay, fine. So now select round discount. So all the entries in this column is rounded, and there is no column name, so we can also give some column name. Suppose new discount, like this. Let's suppose select this and execute. So you will get new discount and 11, 5, 7 and these things. Okay. So similarly we are having some more other functions, which is some string functions. String operation can be also done in this. Suppose for the string operation I just put a line and string functions. Okay, now first of all suppose I see some content of select star from publisher. If I select just here is the publisher. Suppose here is the pub underscore name. But if you see the name length is more than other columns, or it is more characters, suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 and 13 characters in this, and similarly there is the long name in other fields. So if suppose I want to retrieve the first 10 characters or first 5 characters of this name, how can I do this? Suppose I want to select pub underscore name, so you will get only this portion. And suppose now I want to retrieve a substring function. Substring is a function like SQL inbuilt functions, so it will return the substring in any string, and first parameter of the substring function is the column name or any string, and second parameter shows the starting character, and third parameter shows the length, that how much character we want to extract from this string. Suppose I give 4 character, starting from 0 and 4 character means 0 1 2 3. And if you go to this, you will get 4 character, or just a minute. If you give 1, similarly it will give you starting from 1 means first character to 4 character, first character to 4 character, so there is 4 maximum 4 character is there, so you will get 4 character from this. Here is you are able to only see the 3 character, but after new there is a space. So if you see pub underscore name and select this and execute this, so that here is the new and one space, so this completely is there. And here is the binet is bin BINN 4 character, and similarly all other things. So here like this we can select any substring from any string. Now see another function, select stuff, and suppose give some string. Suppose I give hello, and after that I give 2 and just give 3 and write another stuff string. Suppose I just give x 4x, and now just select this string and execute. Okay, now see there is h, then x and o at the last o. So that what this stuff function do, these stuff functions are return a string which is stuffed a substring which is the last parameter of this function, and this string is stuffed in this first parameter string from second position to the 3 character up to 3 character. So ELL is replaced by this string x. So here is the stuff function. Similarly, SQL having so many different character functions or string functions. Now lastly we are having some date function also, which can be used to for the date operation. Like suppose first of all I see this select get date. This function returns the current date of your system. Suppose I current date and time, so I execute, this will return a current date and time. We are having some another function like date diff. This date diff function is used to calculate the difference between two dates. This function required three parameters. First is the part of date in which we want to take a difference between two dates. Suppose I want to take difference in days, so I write day, and after that write first date. So default format is MMDDYY. First of all month will come. Suppose I give 1, or just this is the month, 1st January 2010. Okay, and now second date is 31st December 31st 2010, and execute this. 364. So it is giving difference between 1 January to 31st December in 2010. So by this we can get that how many days in between two particular dates are there, so we can calculate this. Similarly we can it gives the difference of day. Similarly we can use month, so it will return the total number of months. It is 11. Actually this difference is from 1 to 12. That's why it is 11 only, because it is not calculating this to particular date. And similarly you can also take difference between years. Suppose I write 20 in year, so you can also take the difference between years. So it is near about 10 years difference between 2010 and 2020. So we are having some another function like select date part. This function will return a particular date part from any date. Suppose I just select get date, it will return a today's date, and I just want to know about the which day is today. Then I just select this and execute this. So it will return 22 is the current date. And similarly you can also write month, MUNTS, month, and you can select, so you will get today's month. And similarly you can also put year. So here we have seen some mathematical functions in SQL. First of all we have seen that how we can execute the select query using database tables, and secondly we have seen some mathematical functions which give some mathematical operations like floor, ceiling, round, random, and square root, pi, and all this thing, and how can we use combinedly two different functions for achieving some for getting or retrieving some our requirement. And after that we have seen the string functions by which we can put any operation on string, suppose substring and character and stuff and sky value and these things. And finally we have at last we have seen date functions by which we can perform some operation in the date. They are the frequently used functions in SQL. And apart from these functions, there are so many other functions are available which is also used in some critical condition to solve some critical situation or result. So thank you very much.